for these many years. The Hunters Point Shipyard 40, 50 years ago was the economic engine for southeastern San Francisco and the Bayview. The area that shows up in blue on this map, which is known as Parcel C, and the area immediately adjacent to us, we are entitling to be a major commercial campus focused on green technology. We think the opportunity here is quite unique to have a campus-like setting with a San Francisco address right on the waterfront, and that this can be for green tech what Mission Bay has become for biotech. One of the challenges, of course, Mission Bay has UCSF as its anchor, which is the perfect anchor to attract life science companies. We were happy to announce about 6 months ago that the United Nations Global Compact has agreed to partner with the city in opening a global warming center on Hunters Point Shipyard. If you ever want to see Supervisor Maxwell get excited, talk to her about the fact that the United Nations is not just going to come back to San Francisco, but they're going to come back to San Francisco in the Bayview. You'll see, and we talked about, there is this just massive collection of parks and open space all along the water's edge. It's hard really to comprehend the scale, other than to say the amount of parks here is basically a third of Golden Gate Park. It is
a new transit plan to make sure we have local connections to other neighborhoods, strong connections within the community that we're serving, and great connections to regional transit. In the pedestrian realm, we started with the best work that we've done in MTA through the Better Streets Plan, and made sure that we bring the idea that sidewalks are more than just circulation components, but they're open space, they should be safe, they should be comfortable, they should be attractive, they should be functional. And we also made sure that we used the very strength of San Francisco's pedestrian network, the grid, and extended it from the existing 3rd Street corridor in the Bayview neighborhood into the Hunters Point and Candlestick Point areas.
This down there is nothing to do at all. It's nothing. I mean, you got this program, but it costs money to get in here. All the youth, no, they don't. It's free now? Okay. See, well, just like in this community, you see all the rappers, flyers everywhere. You need to change the flyers, and we have the mics in free. Don't nobody know this program free. Everything that people want to do is in this program. Studio, boxing. I go all the way to Berkeley with boxing. I never even knew it was a boxing gym here until now we just told you. Everything that the youth up here want to do is in this gym. It just need to be more seen. Don't nobody know nothing about this gym. I mean, people probably do.
We not reaching out to our younger generation. All we is saying that we need to have more conversations and a bunch of these rally meetings. And what's going to happen after this? Everybody got up here with these opinions, you write them down, but 2 months later, what's going to happen when somebody else gets thrown off the T-train? Which I'm going to have another rally and that's going to fix it? I mean, we got the Opera House, Joe's Lee Gym, we got the Y, we got all these places, but what is y'all doing with them? What's going on to where we learning, the kids waking up every day and saying, I can paint. I know a young dude that can paint his butt off and draw. But guess what? It's nowhere for him to really use that outlet, so he can rob you and catch you. Because nobody took the time to extend their hand and say, hey, you got a talent, young man, come on. And I'm gonna show you how you get paid. If Bart don't come here, take these kids on a field trip on the board. Show them how the board run. Show them how to use these to be an engineer. And one day they might say, you know what, mama? I was on the board today, and this next time they get on the board, they're gonna say, mama, this button do this. And that'll let their mama know that my child might be interested in being an engineer. I better straighten my life up because I might got a millionaire on my hand. But we ain't got none of this going on. All we got is, we all hurt each other. Every day we hurt each other. So all I'm saying is, hey, chase the dream and not the competition. If we all come together as one and understand we can all make it, there's nothing that we can't do.
That we've got 1,200 different gazillion meetings that go on, and we're meeting about how much grass needs to be raised on this street and all this instead of real, like I said, real and tangible issues. So in terms of, like I said, how are we supposed to play the game? What goes on? How policy actually gets developed? And maybe that is something that as a community body, you know, says, okay, listen, there are people who understand how high the grass is supposed to be. We don't want to talk about that right now. Right now, we need a policy that guarantees that, for example, when Light Rail says they have first source hiring, what does that mean for this particular area? And what type of legislation can we write to guarantee that when we say first source, I don't care what happens in Chinatown, but when we say first source hiring means this, and we need a leader who's going to push that agenda through.
Well,
And I'm just using the example.
I'm glad you brought up the example of Chinatown. Because I think that it really speaks to the differences in this community. And I'm not saying, one's right and one's wrong. But when people when developers want to come to Chinatown, do they go to the Chinese preachers? You don't think so?
They go to whoever the community leaders are, definitely, who has the largest base of support. Well, that's a union strategy, period, AFL-CIO.
We don't know. Who do they go
They're gonna go to any body.
They go to the Chinatown CDC.
And
Have to make a decision. That's true.
And which CDC,
And
by the way,
CDC
stands for
is?
Community Development Center.
Okay.
And part of what is I think important, it's true that there are a lot of publicly advertised community meetings in the Baby, probably more than I've seen at any
And
community.
there are so many meetings.
And I travel all over the country, I'm telling this.
Hello everybody, it's Taliaferro. 1010, You Gotta Win, the documentary about the race for supervisor here. We're here with a distinguished senator here, Karen Price, and a gentleman that I just met. And your name is, sir?
Frank Martin.
Craig Martin. Okay, as you know, there's going to be a race for District 10. And District 10 is one of the hottest properties in California, if I may say. No offense to Southern California, to Southern Cal. But right now, there's a big rush to get the property out there. And as we know, it's predominantly an African American community. And right now, they're going under some change. I say almost a siege. So what are some of your thoughts as far as African Americans keeping property and making sure that we are really at the top of this economic system here?
Well, I just think it's important that citizens are aware of the situation, that the community is informed of what's going on, and then mobilized to attack these messages. I think we certainly have a vested interest in making certain that the land is used in a way that's going to compatible with the community. We don't want to be exploited, and we want to take advantage of business opportunities. I think
that's exactly what we're trying to do. Now, you're from San Francisco,
Born and
right?
raised, yes.
Okay, so what's your slant on right now? I think there's about 20 people running for a supervisor right now. It's going to narrow down without a doubt, but what's your slant on this?
I think that everybody wants to participate in the system, so you have to let them come in, and the best person is going to get the most votes, hopefully. And that will set the pace for how the next term in office will be in District 10. Sophie's done a good job while she's been there, and I'm not sure whether she's endorsed anyone or not, but you just have to keep on top of it and be sure that you are being fair to everybody and that you're looking out for the people in your district. Like Senator Price is the champion of Senate Bill 1108, which requires the state of California, all departments, commissions, and boards to set aside 25% of their procurement dollars for small businesses. So people that are trying to start a business, they need to look to contract with the state of California, because the state of California doesn't produce anything. They buy everything. So that's what we need to do to tell people how to make it go up as an entrepreneur.
Thank you, gentlemen. 1010, You Gotta Win.
Good luck on your project.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Senator, and thank you, Jennifer.
Nice to meet you, sir.
1010, You Gotta Win.
All right.